It is raining tacos, my friends. We are here today with the one and only Kim Andersen. There he is, looking all fresh over there. Actually, Kim, it's a little late where you are, so you're getting to the end of your day. What time is it in Denmark?
Oh, it's nighttime. It's I'm guessing 11:30 or something in the evening. So I'm it's good. It's good.
So we're going to get into some specifics about this Shrapnel, which we were talking just before this, and you mentioned this has been a long time coming. How long have you been working on this before you decided, all right, this is it, I'm going to give this to the magic community now? How long has this been in the works?
Yeah, the thing is, I can't remember exactly, but it's 15 or 16 years ago that someone handed me a very special safety pin that was used for something else, and then I started playing around with it and came up with a lot of these moves that you see now in the trailer and the thing that you'll see in the product when you get it. So 15, 16 years ago I started with it, and then it's been one of these things that I've kept to myself and I've used in my walk around set, table hopping set when I've been out performing, and then it's been packed away, and then I brought it out and refined it and packed away for many years, and then, like, I think, was it pre-COVID or just at the start of COVID, I thought about actually doing something with it. So that's when this happened, this project that you're looking at now.
All right, very cool. And I've got mine here.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. This just got to me. These are just now finally available. They've been on pre-order for a little bit, so very excited. Yes, it is here.
Safe.
And I will say one thing real quick before we get into some questions. You told me, I didn't realize this, you designed the packaging too, which is cool. You've got an eye for design too then. Huh?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Beautiful. You guys just saw some of the visuals popping up, and I'll bring them up again in just a moment. But let's jump into some questions. You down for this?
Yeah, fire away, man. Fire away.
All right, cool. So first question is, how hard is Shrapnel to do? What's the skill level like on this bad boy? Is this hard to do, or is this something that pretty much anybody can pick up and start doing right away?
Some of it is as easy as it gets, like no skill level at all. If you can hold two things in your hands, then you're ready to go. I've given this to when I say lay people, I mean in this case people in my friend circle, and they've tried it, and some of the links they can do immediately when they get them.
Oh, wow.
Now a few of the links we have a thing called Hawkeye on it, where I throw the ring and catch it. That's a little bit more difficult, and you need to that thing exactly, and you need to practice that. But that being said, at Blackpool, I gave the gimmick and the ring to several magicians that have been doing magic for years, but still never played with this, and they got it within the first 4 tries.
Oh.
So for some people, this will not be that difficult, but for others, it will take some time to get used to it. But I think that at least I do my best to teach it as thoroughly as possible when you watch the video.
All right, so there you go, guys. This isn't gonna it's not gonna be something you have to spend a lot of time on, but maybe 1 or 2 of the moves you might have to put a little extra practice in. So that's obviously good to
And
know.
I mean, if you're the kind of magician that buys it because you want something really visual for your Instagram account or YouTube or whatever, then it's easy to pick out some of the, like, can I show one of the links, for example?
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if you can see it on this camera, but this is what's going around on social media these days, where you go circling motions.
Oh
and you
wow,
do this.
that's
And this is
pretty,
pretty
man.
much self-working at this point. As soon as you get the gimmick in your hand, you'll see how it works, and I explain exactly where to do what. Then we have like maybe the skill level above that. We have an unlink that looks like this.
Nice.
So, yeah, it looks nice, right? It's but it's some of them, as you can see, they're really, really, really easy, and a few of them will take you some time to get down. But the cool thing about this routine, and now you've watched it, so you know. But the cool thing about this routine is that you can decide to what you want to use. I mean, you can use just one link and unlink, or you can use the whole shebang when you open the box. So it's up to you. It's I mean, this is a worker, but it's tweakable, if that makes sense.
So other questions that people want to know, as always, is there any do-it-yourself here? Is there anything you have to make? You get this, do you have to manufacture stuff yourself, or is this all made for you?
you get everything, and I can see there's been a bit of well, not confusion, but people have been a little bit on the Magic Cafe. They've been guessing what's in the box, and some people claim to know what it is without knowing it. But basically, what you get a finger ring in the box. That's a one size finger ring, and you don't need to wear that on your finger at any point except if you want to. So you have that ring in there, and then you have 3 regular safety pins. And the reason we added several of these is that if you're in a situation where you feel it's the right move to actually leave the safety pin with the spectators, then you have extras, and you can always buy extras of the regular ones. And then you have the special tin that's not just for show, and you've watched the instructions, but I really had specific requirements for this tin because I've always loved linking safety pins, and that's what got me into this whole thing basically when I started and the big problem with, and I could name many awesome routines from awesome creators out there that I totally love and would still perform today, but the main problem with most of them is that this thing goes in a pocket or a wallet, and then you sit on it, and then it bends, and then and then you accidentally pierce yourself and stuff like that. And so I really wanted this tin to give you the possibility to travel with it, and because of how the tin is made and stuff, it won't rattle. You won't have that metallic sound with you. There's a magnet in it that keeps everything safe, and that magnet is also used for something else. So the tin in itself is essential to the performance of the routine as well. So you have like this whole small package that just, I mean, it takes up this much space in your pocket here. Okay, wow. So this is the tin. Now your tin will be pristine and nice looking as it's new. This is the one I use every single day. I've customized it as well on the back because I like the look of it. But you don't need to do anything with it. That being said, there will be during this week hopefully a Facebook group where when you open the box you have your password that you can use to watch the instructions. But if you go to the Facebook group and use that same password, you'll be let into a group where we can share thoughts and ideas about Shrapnel, and I will teach some stuff that's been developed after the filming and editing of that video.
Oh, cool.
There I have some suggestions that you could do that are do-it-yourself, but the do-it-yourself part is something like sitting on something with your butt. And so no arts and crafts involved. It's very easy.
Cool. All right.
Not necessary.
Good to know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of I don't really care for it when you get something, you're like excited to look at it and play with it, and then it's like, wait, I gotta like thread this
and 4 hours and go to 3 different hardware stores. No. So to reel back for a bit, everything you get in the set is a full routine. It's a full worker, and everything works from the get-go. No need to do anything. It's just for one of the other variations that I will show you guys in the Facebook group that I came up with later on. You can do a little thing. I can't go into details here, but it's not necessary, and it's definitely not necessary for the routine you get on the video.
Next question popping up right here is, can you use any ring with shrapnel, or do you need to use a specific type of ring when it comes to the routines here?
I have a whole section on the video where I go through this, but in theory you can use most rings, and I did that at Blackpool. I had a guy come up to me with like this huge, like really wide ring that also second as a bottle opener, so you could open beer with this.
Of course.
Really awesome ring. And I looked at it and I said, I might not be able to do that, but I was actually able to do like, I don't know, 80% of the links and unlinks with it. So that was the thing. I ran into Luke Osi as well, and he had a ring that I didn't look enough at before I took it, but the ring had like all these cutouts in it. And that made it a little bit difficult, but it also made it a little bit more magical since I could link through the small holes in the ring. So we played around with that as well. So basically, as long as my personal suggestion is a ring that looks a bit like what you saw on the screen there, with the curved edges, as a wedding band style ring. That works for every single thing there. But other rings will also work. You can use like thinner engagement rings. You can use thicker rings. The problem being that if you link a thicker ring, now I'm not sure if you can see this on the camera, but if you link a thicker ring to the pin, because of the width of the ring, it won't hang like this. It will hang like this, a bit more sideways on it.
Good.
So depending on what you want to show, then you can choose if you want to use a ring like that or not. But
Okay.
most finger rings will work for most of the things. Yes.
And my last question, unless there's any extra stuff you wanted to talk about, is one I know people are excited to know about too. Are the pins examinable, or is there maybe a switch involved at the end to get everything to be examinable?
Yeah, there is a switch involved in it.
Okay.
So let's say you're doing social media stuff, you won't need to do the switch, but I teach several switches so you can show the pin opened and closed. But, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that I deliver some really organic and easy switches to do in this set. Of course, I can't go into details, but I've switched out the pin in front of so many magicians at Blackpool and so many lay people in real life out performing, and I've never been caught by anyone, at least that I've known about, doing the switch. The switch is so offbeat, and at a moment where they've just examined the pin, now they're looking at the ring. It's the perfect place to do the switch. Yeah, so and then again, the tin and what else is in the box helps make this so easy to do it. It's like if you can swing your arm down by your side and move it up again, then you can do this switch.
Yeah. It's incredibly easy to do.
Yeah. So it's I really want to, because I know a lot of people they're a bit curious about this whole switch, and of course I can't go into details because people are buying this and they might be sad that I'm spoiling anything. So I won't spoil anything about this. But let's say this is the switch that we're doing. This is how fast the switch is. So I have the pin here, okay, and now the switch is done. This is the switch, and you're clean, okay? You're clean. No one will notice this because all of their attention is focused somewhere else. So the switch is like it takes a fraction of a second, and again, if you can swing your arm down and up again, then you can do this switch.
And if you guys notice too, he's got his sleeves rolled up. I know that people always ask, "Oh, do you have to wear a jacket or sleeves for stuff?" Nope, not for this. So
exactly.
Cool. And yeah, this is based on an older principle. We won't get into specifics unless you want. I know it's mentioned in the credits and stuff, but what's cool is Kim has taken an old concept and he's made it new again, and he's changed it and modified it to do some really cool things that you could not do before. And I wanted to point that out myself because we all stand on the shoulders of giants, we all kind of get inspired by others. But man, have you done some kick-ass stuff with this? Like for real, this is really, really nice.
Thanks. And I really appreciate the original because there's some awesome things you can do with this, and I know other people have put out that specific gimmick, but I do think that we've made some improvements to the gimmick as well that makes it possible to do some of these links and unlinks that you couldn't have done with the original as well. So but it's definitely, I can't take credit for the gimmick. I can only take credit for the moves.
Yeah, and you're doing some really new stuff with this that just was never done before. So yeah, this is definitely a huge step in the right direction for sure. This is out now, guys. If you are interested in picking this up, and I know you want it, Shrapnel by Kim Andersen is available right now. We've got some links in the chat right now for you, so go ahead and use those. These are officially now in stock too. No more pre-orders. They are shipping today. So if you want to grab yours. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff, man. So
it is.
Yeah. All right, Kim. Well, you take care, man. Thank you so much. And guys, it is now time to get back to Typhoon Tuesday.